Hi everyone, welcome back to the Mindfully Curious. I'm really glad to be home, and today I'm talking to you from my favorite corner on the planet. This is exactly the bedside where I sit and I read and I journal, and this place holds a deep significance for me. So I generally like to keep this space, um, you know, looking nice, smelling nice, and this is where I always come, and I can find my peace here. That's what I practice. So this is also my meditation spot. I can't meditate anywhere else in the house, interestingly. Find it very difficult to do that. Um, but this is where I start my day, and I thought that, why not introduce you to my favorite spot, and why not talk about life in general and everything that we're going through, and what all we could do to make some mindful shifts and changes that can help us feel better every day despite the circumstances. So before I begin, I do want to offer my heartfelt condolences to all those who have lost a loved one to this pandemic. The crisis is mounting, as we know, and things are getting from bad to worse. But there are also stories of recoveries. So we do have reason to hope and to be positive about what will come in the future. But a lot of that positivity, a lot of what can happen, has a lot to do with what we are doing today. The decision to stay home, the decision to practice social distancing, the decision to sanitize and keep our homes sanitized, keep our office spaces sanitized, and to also make sure we are handling our stress and anxiety best, is the best way we could combat COVID right now. Now, we know that a lot of the psychological distress increases because we are working from home, we are always on our phones and our laptops, and that irritating blue light is always acting to agitate our nerves. It doesn't really help us. But we have no other option. I mean, everything, life in general, is on the palm of our hands and in our phones and on our laptops. That's the only way we can connect with the world right now. I get all of that, trust me. And I know how difficult it is to not be tuned in. But there are a few things we can still do to make sure that we give our nerves a little bit of a break. Even if we can't go offline, there is an option called mute notifications. So we can practice muting notifications for certain times of the day so that we can afford to look beyond our, beyond the screens. Now you can always notify to all your friends and colleagues that you will not be available for this much of time, that you'll be muting your notifications for this much of time, and you can make it a practice so that it's during a predictable period of time. Don't take like hours on an end. Maybe take like these half an hour breaks where you're going to mute all notifications, keep your phone aside, put it in a drawer or something, put your laptop on sleep mode, and then take a mindful break to be back in your body. Now when I say be back in your body, what am I talking about? So we are always seated in one position or the other for quite some time when we are doing something, right? So we don't exactly get to stretch. We feel lazy to get up. I know I definitely do. I don't know about you. So things which you can quickly do is you can take these breaks to maybe make yourself an aromatic tea, or maybe a nice drink, a cooling drink or something with a little bit of spices. I personally really like spices and I love aromatic teas, so I always keep them handy, but I make sure I'm cutting down on caffeine in order to make sure my nerves are not too high strung. So whenever I'm taking these breaks, I just go, I get myself an aromatic tea. I really love being involved in the process of making the tea, so I generally smell my tea and I like to stir it, and then I like to team it up with maybe sometimes some nuts and raisins and dates, sometimes with maybe a savory or two. I try to not take too much of sugary stuff, but chocolatey stuff are kind of my favorite. So I keep like chocolates handy, and also chocolates help to beat stress. Trust me, it's scientific. So you can have a little bit of them now and then. Don't have too much of them, but a little bit doesn't hurt. So these tea breaks are great breaks that you can give yourself when you're walking to the kitchen or you're making something. Maybe you're whipping up a salad or a sandwich. Even that brings you back to your body. Now, this is something that I have noticed, that even if you wish to say take a mindfulness break and do a mindful meditation routine, most of us, let's face it, are not exactly disciplined. The moment you want to get into a mindfulness meditation routine, chances are either you're going to fall asleep, in which case it means your body needs sleep, so it's not all that bad, but or you will find your mind drifting into something that's negative. It might even trigger anxiety if not caught in time. So before we move into meditations, which I will be talking about in some other videos, different kinds of meditations that you can do to help you through the day, but before that, it's important to do certain things during the day to bring yourself back into your body. So when I say back into your body, it's a grounding technique which will actually help you to then focus on bringing your mind into alignment. Now, even when you do meditative practices, the first thing that's done in meditative practices is breath work, which actually grounds you in your body. So I'm just telling you some other ways of being grounded in your body. These days we know how important breathing is. I don't need to emphasize on that. Everybody's gasping for oxygen. So breathing exercises are very important, and I will also cover that in another video. But being back in your body is the first gift you can give yourself to make sure you're balancing stress out, because stress is when your mind goes out of control and switches off from your body, but your mind is triggering reactions in your body which you cannot control otherwise. So obviously, if you're grounding yourself in your body, you have a chance to catch your mind and bring it back in line. So take it as an exercise to do that, giving yourself those small breaks. Now, besides this, one more thing which really works with me is when I am lighting candles. Now you'll see that there's a candle which is burning here. I'll show you. This is a Bella Vita organic Turkish vanilla candle, and I have like a number of these candles of different flavors. Like I have California rose, I have lavender, and I have this other cinnamon, and a lot of these different scented candles. These are infused with aromatic oils, and there are times during the day when I shut down all sorts of artificial light, which is my phone or my laptop. Any kind of artificial light, I shut it out, and I generally burn these candles for some time to purify the room and to make sure that I can let my body relax to the fact that there is no artificial light. So you would probably not be aware that artificial light, even if you're not looking at it directly, the radiation actually impacts your body, and your body does not get this idea that it should relax. So that's why it is often advised that you should sleep in completely pitch dark bedrooms, because that will actually help you sleep better, because it gives your body the sign that it should sleep. So given that your body is so intelligent, this actually helps. Like I sometimes just burn a candle for some time, shut out all artificial light, and it calms me down. This is another second thing that you could do. um, I also advise taking warm baths sometimes, like in between. If you can take a warm shower, maybe in the morning or before bedtime, that also really helps. But I would say that you would know better if that is something that suits you, because some people tend to catch a cold and that's not something you would want to do right now. So be very careful about it. But for me, I like warm baths, and I like taking aromatic baths also. I use a lot of aromatic oils, and I generally use all bath and body care products which are paraben free. So because that is what I use, I always use these different products which are completely organic, and they actually have these different smells. I really like lavender, rose, and I like lemongrass. These three are really calming for me. I also like earthy smells. So you would know what works best for you, but one of the best way and the most effective ways to soothe your nerves, and if you don't want to be doing anything, is just light a candle or use some aromatic oils and have a candle stand. Like I have this candle stand too. So this is one of this is made of clay, as you know. So I use these because they also emit a faint earthy smell, and that's just something I really love. So you could use something like that too, and that would help. Sometimes giving yourself an oil massage, like give yourself an oil massage, a warm oil or hot oil massage uh, on your head, and also your palm of your hands and feet. That also really helps. If you can use a few aromatic oils with a base oil, that really works. For me, that is very relaxing. And after that, maybe a warm bath, or you could also take a sponge bath. That is also helpful. So these are a few of the quick tricks and tips that you can like incorporate within your routine whenever it is feasible. I will come back with more specific uh, you know parts of a mindful routine that you can follow during quarantine. In fact, I'll be more than happy to share mine. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and share if you like the content of this video and would love to know more. We can always exchange notes. I'd love feedback from you, and I love for you to tell me what is it that you do to make sure that you're taking care of yourself even when it's really difficult times and stress is at an all-time high. Having said that, please take care of yourself, stay safe, stay protected, make sure you're doing your best, and also make sure to not lose hope. I will see you again next week.